Hey y'all, we got an exclusive interview with the Coco Nella. We're down here in our studio in DTLA off of Spring Street. So hey,
Hey,
it's been a long time.
it has.
Like I think we've talked over the phone and just DMs. I
Yeah.
finally met you in person.
Amazing. Yes.
Yeah. Thank
Very
you so much
grateful.
for. I'm so blessed for the opportunity to talk, and thank you for answering the call.
Of course.
Really appreciate
likewise.
it.
Yeah. Thanks so much for reaching out.
Yeah.
For giving me a little platform here.
Well, no. We've been,
Yeah.
girl. I saw you back in the day. You were advertising on Yelp, and I seen your work in Venice. And what was that? Fast forward 10 years. 10 years now.
Yeah.
You're still doing it.
Yeah, of course.
And I see your work. I see your style. You've been. Your work has even blossomed, and I know when I see a Coco Nella piece, you know what I mean? You got that vibe, you got that color scheme, you got that style locked in.
Yeah.
So I want to talk. What I really want to talk is kind of get to know you, where you came from,
Cool.
how long you've been in LA, just doing your thing out here.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's talk about your beginnings, your humble beginnings, and how you got into art.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in New Jersey in a town that like no one visits for vacation. It's a little bit of a cultural dead zone. There's not an art scene there. It's not cute. It's not trendy, but there's a lot of hardworking people there, and I definitely gained the resilience and the tenacity and the hard work, the work ethic really from that upbringing. But I always felt that I had something different to offer, and I just couldn't settle for that lifestyle. So about 12 years ago, I made the choice to move to Los Angeles, knowing practically nobody, no connections, and not any chunk of change behind me. It was just a lot of people said I was crazy. Almost no one said it was a good idea, and here I am, still making it happen. So, and still growing.
Still growing.
Yeah.
What is your background with art? How did you get into the art realm? Have you been schooled? Did you go to school? Where was your first? How did you know you were an artist?
It's interesting. The question's interesting about my background. I think the first time that I remember just putting a crayon to paper, I felt like this was for me. I felt like this was my escape, my vehicle to create a world that made sense for me. And I felt like that's where all my freedom came from. And I guess I was a bit introverted. I'm sure most, that's kind of a tale as old as time with artists. A lot of artists are introverted in their minds. And I didn't follow necessarily the typical path as far as education. Honestly, didn't really even enjoy school so much. Had a hard time with that, sitting still in particular, and having to try to fit in and all that. There wasn't much freedom in school, and that's not what it was about. Maybe it's not about that anymore either. But cut to, I did have an amazing high school art teacher who saw that, like, who believed in me enough to say, hey, like, if you can't sit still in that class, it's all good. Yeah. I was the same way as a kid, and he let me like come in and work a little extra, put some extra time into the portrait I was working on at the time. And he was like, you got something. I want to help you like build a portfolio. Let's take pictures of your paintings outside, during lunch or something. And he really put me on and let me know that, like, hey, you have a talent and there is a path for you. You can make a path for this. So I went on to take some printmaking courses. Again, just a hustler, just, early me, just trying to figure out how I can work with my hands but still make money. At the time, I was put on to printmaking because I could work at a screen printing shop. There was work in that. And that's one of my earliest jobs, actually, when I came out to LA originally, was I was working at a print shop.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Print block.
Yeah.
Comparatively to where you're at, and I've seen the development from it. So that's kind of the inspiration.
Yeah, it is the inspo. And it also, like, it informs the way I work with color, especially, I think, because with printmaking, you have a limited amount of colors because every color is like, could be a couple hours of time. put into that layer, you know? So you have to be very deliberate with the colors you choose and try to make something look as dynamic as you can with a limited palette, 3 colors or even 2, or, you know, the most colors I put into a print was probably 12, and that's probably the most I ever put into a mural too.
Okay.
You know? So it's the same thought process, thinking in layers, and also as far as like the way I'm designing something. Yeah, I think a lot of it comes from printmaking.
Got you.
Sure.
Now, would you say that your art teacher reinforced your belief on that you could be a professional artist?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what's his name? You can give him a shout out.
Shout out Jeff Stoddard. I've been looking for you a long time, but you are not on the internet, and that's kind of awesome too. Like, I respect that decision wholeheartedly. I just like would love to give like my sincerest like gratitude and thanks to this person, because he did change my course.
Absolutely.
He changed my course. Yeah.
Yes.
Because I was just like any other 16-year-old, like not into school, not into like developing any further. Yeah. Yeah. No artists in the family either, so no one was like, "Oh yeah, no, you could do this." It was like, "No, maybe you should get into nursing, you know, or like, I don't know. Yeah. Join the military, do something, you know, like."
Totally, like we were just talking to John Park, and he was going to be a Marine. You know, and then like you know, it's just like the transition. But I got to tell you one thing: if you can reconnect with your art teacher, it's amazing. I had an opportunity to paint with my art teacher on my first commission project in my hometown, and he was there for day one because I called him and I said, "Hey, we had a client with a short turnaround, and I had to get artists to," and he helped me navigate that whole art community, and he was there helping me paint my grandpa's hands. We had we reunited. It was and it felt so good, but I couldn't have done this without him, and I understand what you're talking about when that art teacher believes in you and sees the talent and then pulls that out of you and helps you, you know, believe, because that's what it's about. Because sometimes you inside, it's like you have this disbelief because everybody says like the artist, the starving artist, how are you going to make money? But the reality is they don't teach you this in art school. No, they don't. They don't. You have to learn it. You have to fail. You have to learn. You have to fail. Yeah. I mean, you're going to fail more times. 100%. Right? Yeah. How many no's have you got to yeses?
I mean, the ratio is insane. I don't even think, I mean, it feels like it's 100% no sometimes. It really does. Right. But you really only need one yes. That's it. You only need one yes. Even if you have to give it to yourself in some way, like give yourself permission to get out there and put something up or create an image. You know,
I think that was like self-promoting yourself and getting out there in front of clients. I mean, did that take practice? I mean,
oh man, it's still ongoing practice for sure. I still get nervous. I still doubt myself sometimes in front of a client, and I still wonder, hey, is this? I imagine sometimes that they're gonna tell me no because I want to protect myself from like the disappointment of the failure. But yeah, like more and more, I'm realizing like that believing in yourself, really believing in yourself, is a practice. It's not something that like people are born with, and so I'm practicing that more. Yeah. And just trying to just shoot my shot more, because I know I can deliver. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure, you can. Yeah. Yeah. I think the most thing is the belief, and once you get that confidence, I know we still have this imposter syndrome. Like it's like, am I good enough for this? Yeah. But it's that voice continues to, the volume on that voice continues to dim.
It does continue to dim. Yeah. As you prove yourself wrong, as you prove that voice wrong. And a little piece I do want to share, just to get a little more, you know, even more vulnerable with it. That high school art teacher, that was a continuation school. So I had already been kicked out of public school. So like that was already like, I was already like, no, I really, my mindset at that time was I got nothing, you know? So like that was even more, another layer of like, of negativity that I was like internalizing at that time in my life. So not only did he give me that opportunity or see something in me, but it saved me in a lot of ways.
Your art teacher, Jeff Stoddard. Yeah. If he was in front of us, like let's say right there. Yeah. What would you tell him?
Oh my God, I think I would just like I'm not a starstruck person, but I think that I would be a little starstruck, honestly, because and I don't know, I would probably freeze up, but I hope that he could just feel how fucking awesome he is as a person.
Yeah.
Like that's the only thing I'd want to say. And really talented. Like I still think about his illustrations.
Is there something you'd say to him?
Yeah, like how, like
just
where
thank you, just thank you. Like yeah, thank you, and you changed my life. Like maybe you didn't even know at the time what an impact you were having, you know, because I know for him you were also going to a job, like you were also going to the 9-to-5 version as an artist, trying to like sustain yourself and your family. And I want you to know that you changed my life. Yeah. It was Bad Kid School. It really was.
I got you.
Yeah. It was called Sage Day. I mean, yeah. You can look it up and you'll see that, you know, it's for kids with problems.
Kids with problems?
Kids who could not sit still, be in school, whatever reason.
I was one of them.
Yeah, you know, like, but hey.
I had to reform myself in an alternative school for a year, and then
so we yep.
And then I had to prove that I was acceptable and I can socialize, and I actually we went to the district. And we went above the principal and the vice principal, because if it was up to them, I would have never stepped foot back in my high school.
Damn.
But yet it was Keith Livingston. I still remember his name.
Okay.
Dr. Keith Livingston, and he was the district lead. And he was like, "I got you. You got my full blessing. You're going to go back to Lewis and Clark High School and continue your education." And so, you know, people believe in you. You know what I mean?
Beautiful. Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was tough. I was a very angry kid when I was my freshman and sophomore year, but I got out of that. It just it took a lot. It's like counseling and so forth. But I think for me, the mentality, the mental awareness of being an artist is very crucial, and like dealing with these issues, these imposter syndromes and so forth, this insecurity, the disbelief, right?
Yeah.
And then for me, the best medicine for disbelief is surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals. That being artists, for me, it's like people who really believe in your vision, and if you you tell them your vision, you have this vision of grandeur, and then you tell them and articulate, and they're like, "Man, let's do it. Let's do it."
Yeah.
You know, there's never a doubt, right? There's never a doubt. And I think surrounding myself with those people who believe in your vision just helps me believe in myself, and it just makes life easier in that fact. So
context matters, and luckily we're adults now, so we get to shape that context more than you can as a kid. You know, you have that freedom to choose.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Okay, let's talk about.
You work in LA now.
Yeah. That's what.
Explain how she went from that to this.
Yeah.
We need that story. So get that.
Oh, okay.
So, 12 years ago, coming here.
Yeah.
For the dream, right? We all come here for the dream, and then establishing yourself. How kind of walk us through that process and what it took for you.
Man, it was so crazy because I had no formal like training or mentorship or anything. I didn't even have a portfolio. So asking people to let me shoot my shot and paint something on the wall was like, I mean, I know my voice was cracking when I was even asking, and then I'd go home and I'd be like, of course they said no. Like, of course they said no, you know? Right. But eventually, like, I did some retail, and then I eventually worked, I was a sign painter at a Trader Joe's. Okay. And even getting that job, it was hard for me to prove that, like, hey guys, like my handwriting is good enough, you know? It was like crazy. It was tough, you know, to even have that. But I knew that I could do it. Like and I also knew it was that or nothing. That was the thing for me. It's a non-negotiable. Like, I'm making art. I'm making art in a public space, or I'm not doing anything. Like, it's that important, and it's that ingrained into like my why and what I'm doing. But so yeah, it took a while. I luckily was given some opportunities through some incredible artists that I hit up, and they took me on as like an apprentice or an assistant, and that was amazing. And I got to prove myself like in small ways. Like I'm
Yeah. Who were
being
the?
accountable or like.
Yeah. Who? I'm curious. Who were the?
Lauren McElroy, she runs L-Star Murals.
Yep.
I worked with her for I think about 12 years. Yeah, like or 10 years. I'm sorry,
L-Star.
assisting her. She's also another East Coaster, so that kind of we had a little point of connection.
And she was a sign painter in Trader Joe's too.
Exactly.
She was
an
artist there.
Yeah. So she helped me with even making that connection early on. So yeah,
Right on.
yeah. Shout out to L-Star. She's
L-Star.
amazing, and I really appreciate her. Yeah.
She's an OG too.
She's an OG.
I didn't know you were under her like mentorship. That's great.
Yeah, I worked with her, helped her out a lot.
Yeah, and I think for me, imperatively, mentorship is key. And for me, collaborating and answering the call. Like if an artist calls me, reaches out and wants to do like an internship, a mentorship, I'm for sure. I'm like, come on, let's go. Beautiful. Because for me, it's like even the ask, even to call or email and ask takes vulnerability.
It does, yeah.
Right, and not a lot of people have that sentiment. But so we're talking about the growth and development of your portfolio.
Yeah.
Your the kind of the depth of your work and how it's blossomed, how it's grown.
Yeah.
Where do you see your work now, and then where do you see yourself in the future, and how does that look like? What does that look like?
Excellent question. I think where I see my work now, I'm pretty proud of what I'm putting out there right now. It's very geometric, and I pull a lot of this book on the coffee table is actually one of my favorite books right now. It's a little book of coincidences, and it shows you the geometric patterns in nature within our, like, for this one is specifically within our solar system.
Oh, cool.
And so I borrow a lot of geometry from nature, from the solar system.
Love it.
And I connect that back with like, different subject matter. When I'm painting a mural, I try to design something, obviously that fits into the context. So I'm doing research on the neighborhood. I'm doing my best to listen and learn from the environment and respond to it. But I'm also trying to tell a story about universal truths and the geometry and the fabric that holds us all together and makes us all one. You know what I mean? So
wow.
It doesn't matter to me if I'm depicting a flower or if I'm depicting a bird or a person. It's all telling a story of interconnectivity, and that's something that I'm trying to show. I think the next what I'm trying to step into is like a version of that where people can kind of get the story even faster, and not because of speed, but because with more clarity. And I think like I've always had this within me to create work about that, but I want the work to speak for itself more and more, so people can get that message without it being so murky, and and that has to do with me too, just being like willing to put the message out and being confident in the message. Like
visually, they can interpretate your work, and which is the story you intended to.
Exactly. Yeah. Less and less subliminal. Let's say that, because I used to think it was cool to be subliminal and cool to have all this like hidden stuff, and now I'm like, yeah, but why am I making people work for something that I want people to grasp? You know what I mean? And not everyone has time, and not everyone has the mental space to even sit there and think about something for that long. I want people to get it accessibly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talk about the gallery.
Yeah.
Right. But then let's talk about our gallery. This is our gallery. Our gallery is the world. It is opened up 24/7. There's no clock. There's no open time. It's opened up whenever it's accessible for the masses all time. So kind of tell me about your approach to the gallery inside of this box comparatively to our gallery in the world, and where do you fit? Do you see yourself floating in between these realms, or how does that work? And then have you had a gallery experience?
Okay, within the fine art space.
Yes.
Within the fine art space. Yeah. I do not have a fine art background. It's something that I'm trying to. I actually felt like it was very exclusive. Especially my younger self, I felt like it was a very exclusive space. So I didn't. I kind of rejected it because I thought it would reject me. In a way, I was like, I don't like this pretentious shit. I still don't like pretentious shit. That's not what it's about.
I feel it.
But what I'm learning is that like there are spaces that are formed probably as a response to that, and they are not pretentious. And I would love to be a part of those spaces.
Okay.
And I'm learning like how to make work for a gallery space, which is different because I've been focused on murals for so long.
I got you.
And it is different, you know what I
Okay.
mean? So
Yeah, let's. I got a
Yeah.
tondo. I got a tondo right here. I got a tondo. So this would be, I would say, for me.
Yeah.
Can I see this in a gallery? Absolutely, yes. I mean,
thank you.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
we're geometric. Kind of talk about this piece real quick. Let's.
Yeah, so this is a piece. There's a bobcat in the night. It's an expressive. At the time, I wanted to just show an emotion that I was feeling. I've always been attracted to like nocturnal animals because I have insomnia, and I feel like I think I called this one "Up All Night with the Bobcats."
Up all night with the bobcat.
I've just felt like, when you are an insomniac and you're awake at 3 a.m, you're like, who else is up? And I like thinking about the different animals and things that exist in the night.
Yeah, no, love it. So
yeah.
As far as your color schematic, would
Yeah.
this be kind of a theme of color variant that you use consistently, or are you constantly evolving?
Yeah, I mean, I pretty consistently right now, let's say right now, I'm married to like a 6-color scheme.
Okay.
And there's slight variations on it. Maybe instead of yellow, I would plug in a purple.
Gotcha.
But a lot of that is just really setting the mood and the tone.
For real.
And I knew I had to put red in here, and the yellow just balanced it out for me. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
No, thanks for sharing. Appreciate it. No,
of
I had
course.
to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have to ask this question. This is always a general question, right?
Yeah.
Is how much work do you like? How many murals have you painted thus far? Just off like your head.
Off my head, how many I think I painted?
Yeah.
That I was paid to paint? Like not a graffiti piece, nothing like that.
Everything.
Everything.
Girl, everything you've done. Come on.
Anytime I put something up on a wall, I would think that like maybe 200.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you say graffiti piece?
Well, yeah, I mean, because when I grew up in Jersey, like there was a lot of abandoned buildings and trains and stuff. So yeah, that's kind of how I learned a little
What?
bit. I did learn a little bit this way. Yeah.
Can you disclose what'd you hit up? What'd you throw up?
I threw up Coco.
Oh, she threw up the Coco. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but I was also like doing little characters and stuff like that.
Okay.
It wasn't too much like, because there were some crews and I wasn't really trying to be like territorial
I
like
love
that.
characters,
So,
though.
yeah, but I love throwing up little characters.
Me too. I love the characters too, for sure. I didn't know that, girl. Good.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the background too, a little bit.
That's part of the background for sure.
That's
yeah.
imperative.
It showed me how to work quick and large and impactful.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was also into the skateboarding culture there. Like, yeah, it was
Dope.
that was the art scene. There's literally like the most gigantic abandoned factory like within a mile of the home I grew up from, and that's what we had to do.
Okay.
And that was our pastime. That was
Okay. So the name.
Yeah.
Coco.
Yeah.
And then Nella.
Yeah. So my
up
full
with that?
name, Corinne Polsinelli, for whatever reason, has always been a tough one for people to pronounce, to remember. So I've been a person with a nickname that for as long as I can remember. Some kids in school started calling me Coco, and then the name resurfaced again as I got older. And I like it because I feel like everyone can say it, everyone can pronounce it. It's familiar to a multitude of cultures, so you don't have those language barriers within like trying to pronounce it. I like to make it easy.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, and Nella is a shortened version of my last name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Approximately.
Oh, so Corinne, what's your last name again?
Polsinelli. Yeah.
Corinne,
Southern Italian roots.
Corinne Polsinelli. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Bada
Coco,
bing, bada boom.
and then Coco,
Nella. Yeah.
Coco, Nella.
Yeah. Coco Nelly was already taken, so
I got you.
Yeah.
You don't want brand confusion.
Oh hell no. Gotta set yourself apart.
Okay, gotta ask you this question.
Yeah.
All right. When you were in Jersey
Yeah.
doing graffiti, did you guys have any run-in with the flickering lights and had a run?
Choppers are bright. That light is crazy bright.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden you're in the middle of day,
Oh,
like it's crazy. So I would,
okay.
there's many moments like that where I would just like, one in particular that was really insane. I was like, well, I got nothing else, nowhere to go, nothing I could do except pretend I'm like, part of the grass. So I just jumped into the grass and laid down, and my friends scattered, and we got out of the scenario. But yeah, there was a lot of that. There was a lot of that, like getting busted for trespassing, and just trying to scroll your way out of a situation. I definitely, not that I escaped every situation. I've been in trouble plenty of times.
I got you.
It's not something I'm glorifying. I'm just saying.
No, it happens.
It happened.
It happens when you do graffiti. Like, I got a great story. We were in Spokane, my hometown, in the skate park underneath the 90, and it was kind of illegal, but not. So we were hitting up at night. We had lights. They had light. It was lit, and this police officer rolls up with his lights on. Right? And I'm like, I already knew what he wanted to do. He was trying to catfish us so we can run. Yeah. And then he can chase. Yeah. So I told the guys, I was like, don't run, keep painting, and just ignore him. Yeah. And guess what? Yeah. He finally left. Huh? So that's how I knew.
He got bored.
Yeah. He was trying to scare us. And I was like, but this is like, it was barely legal at the time, but you know. Yeah. You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, it's funny. I had this weird mix where like I've always been kind of like a soft-spoken person, and I've always like respected my elders. Shout out to my grandparents who were amazing and big part of raising me. So I always knew how to like act right. So I didn't come off like that kid that would get into that kind of stuff. But I was also like a kid that didn't fit in, and I was an artist and I was like a rebel and all that. So I was getting busted. I was out with my friends who were. Unfortunately, like Jersey cops are not well known to be they're very aggressive. Let's put it like that. Yeah, they're very aggressive. Okay. A lot of red tape in Jersey, a lot of history there. So.
Gotcha. Being from Jersey, why not New York? Why LA?
Yeah.
Why did you come?
A couple of reasons for that. One, when I was a kid, my sister and I used to always talk about how we were going to come out to California. We're going to live this life in California. Good weather, open-minded people. What they show you on TV. Not that I wanted to be like Miss Hollywood or anything like that. I was just kind of like, I like that lifestyle. I like the way it was portrayed. I didn't like how mean and aggressive like the atmosphere could be over there, and loud and yelly and all that. I did my little New York stint, and at the time I was so damn broke that like I had access to nothing. I couldn't even get a damn slice of pizza, so like it just didn't seem like something that I could even from Jersey to New York. Like New Yorkers would be like, "No, you're just a Jersey kid," and I let that affect me really a lot. And I was just like, "All right, well, I guess I got to go back to where the sun don't shine in New Jersey." And I'm just like this. So eventually I made it a plan to like come out to California. I wanted to be a muralist. You need good weather. And it seemed like people embrace, I'm also queer, and it seemed like people embrace that more here. So I think that's a big part of it too. So Okay,
so you said, is it okay? I mean, you said queer, so tell me about being a queer muralist in LA. I mean, like, I mean, you're comfortable with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm not someone who like has that be like part of my subject matter, I guess, but I do think that like the queer perspective that I bring does bring something different because I don't make art that it like really observes any like gender, binary or anything like that. Gotcha. I hope not. I don't want to make, girly art or masculine art or anything. I want to make art that, speaks to people, in general. Yeah. So I think that perspective has shaped me. And also the fact that like, I'm not a gender conforming person, so I don't mind the idea of like being a tiny female up on a ladder doing what, would have been called like a man's work, you know what I'm saying? Renting a lift and all this stuff. I like breaking those barriers.
Love it.
I do, yeah. So I do think that's part of being queer, for sure.
Well, I mean, being a mirror artist is very intense physically. Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. I mean, tell me about that. Like, what do you, tell me about, you were talking about 5-gallon buckets, climbing lifts,
and all that.
Or scaffolding. I mean, painting on a top ring of a ladder. I mean, we've all been there, but don't do that. But
try not to do that.
Right, just you got to get it done, right?
But there is pure physicality. It's gritty. It is tough. You got people shouting weird stuff at you all the time. You got weather. You got you know, you got all types of factors going into it. So it is tough, and there's nothing glamorous about the actual act of painting. And so, yeah, I think I do definitely enjoy the idea of like, I'm used to people looking at me and being like, "There's no way," like, you know, I'll talk to a client on like, you know, through email, whatever, and they've hired me already, and then I show up and they see me and they're like, and I know the look,
You know
like,
the look,
the scan, there's no way. So where's your assistance? Where's your this? And oftentimes I do have assistants, but that's, you know, that's separate. It's like, and I love just being like, just accepting the challenge,
For
you know, just I humbly accept it. Okay. And I will let you know, I will remind you once again why you chose to hire me, and I will make this look good, and I'll make it look even better.
Right?
Because I know you don't think I could do it. I know you don't think I could do it.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm about to.
Right.
Yeah.
Tell me this. When the client sees the mock-up, they're like, "Oh, this looks good." Then I always tell them it's going to look better in person, right?
Yeah.
And then when they unveil it, they're like, the response.
Yeah.
Tell me. Tell me.
Man, that's my favorite.
Right?
That's
Tell
my
me.
favorite.
Okay.
I love it. Like the whole room can vibrate sometimes when you see that person, get to see it. And my favorite time to work ideally is in the middle of the night, because when the person comes in the morning and they're like, whoa, you know? Like,
seeing
there's
the
a
transition
magic behind it. Yeah, there's a magic behind it. That is my absolute favorite. And at this point, as much as I doubt myself and all that, I am confident in my ability to deliver something impactful. So when they do come in, I know it's gonna be, I know they're gonna like it. You know what I mean? Because,
All right.
Yeah.
I'm a big believer in manifesting. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So here's what I want.
Yeah.
I want you to tell me what you envision yourself, like, what your goal, like your ultimate, what do you want? Like, what do you want to, if it's something you want to paint massive scale, or something that's burning, that you've had this, I know you have visions.
I do have visions.
And I want you to share with us this biggest vision that you have, because once you speak it, it starts to come to life. You know that. So if you can share that, I would love that.
The answer includes a little bit of background, that I did not grow up as like a world traveler or anything like that. But I envision myself in different contexts. I envision myself traveling and putting up murals in areas that like it will have a big impact, and really like a positive impact on the community. Maybe there's not a whole lot of art there, and maybe the area is so unfamiliar to me and the culture is so unfamiliar to me, but I want to like land and listen and connect and like put up a piece that resonates with the locals. So travel being one, and also just keep increasing the scale, because like the impact that you can have just with scale is amazing.
And this is like a story that all of us, like every mural artist has visions of, is just, we want to paint the world. We want to share our artwork with humanity. We want to inspire curiosity. And I'm going to tell you this right now, is the best thing for me when people see my art is these kids, and when they look at the art and they look at the piece, and it's like it's like going to Toys R Us for the first time, and they're just, you have this curiosity, this wow, awe, and that for me is why I do what I do.
100%. And speaking to the younger generations, like they internalize that as love, because when you grow up in an area without art, you don't see yourself as human. You don't see yourself reflected. You're not being asked by your environment to think bigger. And they internalize that as being loved, whether it's spoken or not. And so what you were saying about the reaction of a child is the icing on the cake, and I'm only just beginning to realize the impact that I can even have.
It's these sparks, right? It's these sparks that grow inside these kids' minds of the possibility and the limitlessness, right? And once they see these big pieces, they understand that this is a possibility. Like,
absolutely,
and they can inspire to do this. Well, they can inspire to do anything that they want.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
you and I know that mentality as an artist, I mean, struggling with this imposter syndrome, but also saying that you can do it, and then having other people experience your art for the first time, and then giving you context to what they think.
Yeah.
That is what I love, because that's the richness. And what I try to do with general public is not give them context about what the art piece, what I think. I like to ask them, what do you think?
Yeah, what do you see?
Right?
Yeah.
And sometimes you get an answer, and I get goosebumps from this answer. You're like, I had no idea that this was going to affect you in that kind of demeanor. I had no idea. And that's what I love, is this artwork is subjective. It's based on their personal experiences, the demographic, the religious beliefs of how this person was born, and then they see it, and then they create this context, this movie of what they interpret, and they share it with you.
Yeah.
And it makes the artwork actually more valuable and richer to me.
100%.
You know, and that's like the baseline of why.
Yeah.
You know, as a professional artist, if you were to look at your younger self, what is the advice that you would give to your younger self?
Yeah, I think that I would give myself this piece of wisdom, which is just that, like, what is meant for you will not go past you. And if you're not getting an opportunity, or someone's telling you no or something, it's all good. It just wasn't meant for you. And there's no reason to force yourself into a space that's not ready to accommodate the person that you are.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just taking no's and not taking them personal.
That's another way to say it. Absolutely,
Not getting defeated, right?
Yeah.
Using your losses as a turning point and correction, and how can I be better?
Yeah.
What can I do?
Yeah.
But not internalize it and go into a dark space.
Absolutely,
right?
yeah. Don't go into a dark space, And,
Gotcha.
and again, if it wasn't meant for you, it wasn't meant for you. That's it. It's that simple. You'll find something more aligned with you, and be grateful for the no too.
Yeah.
It's actually detachment. It's not being attached to the outcome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, detachment, practicing detachment, which is an interesting thing, because it's like you're looking back at your younger self and you're like, well, you learn your lesson when you're meant to, right? So it's like, it would have spared me a lot of agony and pain, but on the same token, like, I can't wish that I was different because it got me here. Like, it's that pain that brought me to that realization that, like, we should focus on detachment a little bit more.
Love it.
And I'm just learning that too. So, like,
Good
this
for
is
you.
all
I know
new.
life is a constant journey, and it's a constant learning.
It is.
All right, y'all. Thank you for coming out. Appreciate you guys viewing. This is Mondays with Michael, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace. Thank you so much. All right. Yeah.
Easy.
Thank you. Good.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right.